Turning Point Wakefield Inspiring Recovery is a drug and alcohol treatment, prevention and recovery service for anyone over the age of 25 that lives in the Wakefield district. It's completely free to access, and as long as you've got an address in the district and a GP within the district, then we're able to provide you with support. So there's lots of different support that we can offer to adults. So a lot of it will depend on the reason that you're coming into treatment. So we offer substitute for people that struggle with opiate dependency, detoxes from both alcohol and opiates if required. We do those in the community, or we've got pathways into residential detox and residential rehabilitation if that's what people are after. But medication isn't the only option that we've got. Everyone that comes into treatment gets a dedicated recovery worker who will support them through the whole journey. Group options as well, or workshops that we get people to be involved in. So depending on the reason you're coming into treatment, there's all sorts that we can offer. We've got a large clinical team that can do wellbeing screenings, can support you in terms of liaison with your GP or liaison with mental health services. There's loads of different support that people can access. Just depends what you need, I suppose.
There's a lot with regards to our role for a recovery worker. Obviously, we're supporting people with their journey throughout their addiction. We work with many sort of organisations and groups as well. People have problems with their mental health, they have problems with housing, they need food and stuff like that. So we obviously work with sort of organisations and sort of direct them. And obviously it's the person's journey themselves. We just support them in sort of making sort of little changes here and there. It can be really scary and really daunting first walking through the door into Turning Point because people don't know what to expect. So they need reassurance that somebody's going to be there to support them, someone friendly, someone to put their mind at ease. And my job is to support that person to the best of my ability because I've lived that life and I know what it's like to be an addict, and I just want to help that person on their journey.
My name's Heather and I'm a peer mentor for Turning Point in Wakefield. I actually started my recovery originally in 2014 and I came to Turning Point for help. My drinking had got out of hand. It wasn't until 2019 where I came back to Turning Point the second time that I'd made the decision I wouldn't ever be drinking again, and I needed support with that from Turning Point. I think it's made me realise that there's a lot of people who do need help, and addiction doesn't discriminate. Being a peer mentor for me now means that I can be that voice for others. I'm coming up for 6 years this year, sober, but I always remember that first time walking into Turning Point because I know the people that I help will be feeling the exact same as what I did.
So group support and mutual aid is enormously important in recovery. I think one of the most important things it does is makes people realise that they're not alone. I think sometimes it can feel quite lonely. You might be coming to the appointment on your own, you might not know anybody else that's in service, but being within a group of people that are all struggling with the same difficulties that you have, or might be just a little bit further along in their recovery journey as you're able to see where you could get to. It might be that you learn coping mechanisms from people, or they've been through similar things that you've been through and you're able to identify with them, and you've got that support from everybody within the group. It's not necessarily about the support that the facilitator of the group is providing, but the support that other people are able to offer you. So I think what's really important to remember is we're not here to tell you that you have to stop using any of your substances. You might not be ready to stop. Stopping can be an enormous goal for someone, but what we prefer to support people to do is make small, manageable changes. We're just here to support you to recover in whatever recovery means for you. We'll listen to what your recovery goals are and support you to get there in a timescale that feels manageable for you.
Never be scared to reach out to get that help you need. I mean, like I said before, I know it might be scary, it might be daunting, but there is so much help and support that's available now to help people in their recovery, and everybody's here to help you in your journey.
No one recovers alone.